Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
That is gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo. What's going on, everybody? This fucking Tuesday night, and you know what that means? It's Knucklehead Comics. We in the building, baby. What's going on, everybody? What up, Cap?
Not much, man. Ready to talk about Daredevil?
Word, because we had a fucking another banger of a show. But this time, it was all Daredevil and Kingpin.
Yeah.
Shit, but before that, you know how we got to do? We got the news going. I'm hearing from different sources that the Blade movie is done. They're, I guess they canceled it.
Well, I mean, it was last I heard, it was indefinitely shelved. So, it wouldn't surprise me if it was officially taken off the books, and they released Mahershala Ali from any contractual obligation. I haven't heard that officially, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm seeing that all over like Instagram and Facebook, those shits like that. But you know, it might not be the.
Hey,
it might not be the truth.
Sometimes, if you're gonna keep a wrestler and catering in the back, it's better to let him go and let him see what he can do somewhere else.
Hey. So, one little quick feat of knowledge that we got in the chat is because Katana's sword, Soul Taker, has magical properties, it can penetrate the skin of Kryptonians as well as deflect their heat vision. Did you know that?
I did not.
So, you knew that it trapped the soul of whoever it killed.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't think she was worth anything other than just someone with a sword, and the sword did shit.
Pretty much. That's the way they pinned her out as a in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. You, before you get to any other news, I'd send you a video. Apparently, Vincent D'Onofrio was saying that due to the strict contract negotiations between Sony and Marvel, he can only be used in television because Marvel owns the television rights to Kingpin, but because Kingpin's a Spider-Man villain and Sony owns Spider-Man, Sony owns the movie rights to Kingpin. So we might not be able to see Vincent D'Onofrio show up in a movie, which is gonna be fucking bananas.
Which sucks. Because how dope would it have been to have Vincent D'Onofrio in a fucking Spider-Man movie?
Yeah. Or if you're gonna put everybody in fucking Secret War.
Do we really need a remake of Blade? I mean, let's be real, Marvel and Hollywood and in general suck at making reboots. I mean, if you want the Midnight Suns and every other storyline that comes with Blade, yeah, you would need them.
Marvel and Hollywood suck at reboots. Okay. Hollywood, yes, I give you that 100%. Marvel Spider-Man reboot didn't suck. Marvel's Fantastic Four movie looks like it's not gonna suck. Marvel's Captain America reboot was fucking amazing. Even though I don't even like the first one, but comparative to the one in 1990 where Red Skull is some fucking Italian dude, I think Marvel has the ability to do their characters better than anywhere else. Oh, the Hulk reboot was better.
Yeah.
Because again, they're not taking some shit and rebooting it. They're now using their characters in the way they're meant to be used.
Word.
And again, the only reason Blade is having so much trouble is because I said it once, I'll say it a million times. It is impossible to write a movie about an African American vampire hunter or anybody dealing with vampire. Like it is physically impossible. There's never been a movie like it before. It just cannot happen.
Especially if there's like twins in the lead. You know? Main characters are twins,
Yeah.
you know, back in the fucking 50s.
Yo,
Or in the 20s.
You can put Michael B. Jordan in the lead. You can have Ryan Coogler direct and write that shit. And I bet you it'd still be shown to be impossible. It'll never happen. Pie in the sky theory.
Yep. Even if you gave it a good title.
Dude, I can't even fathom what that would look like. I can't fathom if we went back in time to like let's say 98. Right? Who was the big action dude in 98? Snipes, right? Wesley Snipes?
Wesley Snipes, yeah.
If we went back in time and put Wesley Snipes in a leather trench coat with some sunglasses and told him to go kick the shit out of a fucking vampire, who would have been a good bad guy back in the 90s? With Steven Dwarf, right? You remember that dude?
Yeah.
If you would have got those two guys together, you couldn't fucking get it done. Not even if we fast forward to like 2002 and we got fucking Guillermo del Toro to fucking come in and direct. Would you be able to get this movie off the ground?
Shit. What if they made a different breed of vampire to fight Blade?
It's impossible. You can't. Like what would they possibly have done? Split the fucking jaw like this?
Yeah, they definitely couldn't have made a movie with Dracula in it. Throwing a couple
No.
fucking
What
wrestlers in there. Get
What,
Deadpool.
what were they gonna cast fucking Ryan Reynolds in there and who would be the it girl? Because this would be what? This would be a theoretical third one, right?
Yep.
What's in Beale?
Yeah, Jessica Biel.
Jamie Beale? Jessica Biel.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have worked.
And if we did it today, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Since we're pie in the sky here, right? We went back to '98 and we did a theoretical first Blade that never happened. We did a sequel with Guillermo del Toro that surely was fucking out there. He'd never do that movie. And we did a third one. Can you imagine if in today's world we had Wesley Snipes reprise that role in some comic book movie as a fucking shock cameo?
Shit. That would have been retarded. Never
Hey,
worked.
you're getting canceled, not me.
Hey, listen. It would have never worked. Question. If Chadwick Boseman was still alive, do you think he would be a good pick to play Blade? No. Because he's the Black Panther.
No, because he would be the Black Panther.
Shit. Any other, like any movie outside of Marvel, he would be a good pick. Like if they made a biopic of Jim Carrey, Chadwick Boseman is my guy.
Yo, just because Cabs came back on this program a few weeks ago and said Chadwick Boseman had played every prominent African American figure so far, doesn't mean that Chadwick, if he was still alive, would have to then be every prominent African American superhero.
Lord.
Although he probably would have made a better Kang.
Shit. Didn't they erase him from all the record books?
Dude, I honestly don't think it would have worked anyway.
What, Kang?
Yeah. Because he wasn't. What was it gearing up to?
That's the question. That
Like,
is the
let's
question.
let's say he never touched anybody. What the fuck was he gearing up to? We still don't know which Kang is the one to fear the most. Because everyone we've seen is either ridiculous or already beaten. So who the fuck are we fearing?
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, because if you think about it, he showed up in Loki, and Loki and female Loki was trying to kill him. Then he shows up in Quantumania. They did kill him. And now they called all the variants of the Loki of the Kangs. They never said for what. It's like, oh, they're starting to touch the surface of the multiverse. Call all of them. Wasn't Kang just one guy? Like, he was just one guy that fucked around because he was looking for a cure for his wife. Or that his wife died and he was punishing the Avengers because they wouldn't let her save or something.
So Kang is weird because yes, that is one of the interpretations of him. But then there's other variants of Kang that don't have that backstory and don't have that motivation. Hence, the Council of Kang Where is he one man? Yes, but it's every variant of that one man. You remember that movie with Jet Li, The One?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like it's him, but it's different versions of him.
I don't know why I thought you. It's him. It's him. It's D him.
You watch too much wrestling.
Shit. But all right, so let's put your brains together. What would you have done with Kang? Like, what was the possible shit that happened after Kang? Because
What I would have done with Kang?
yeah, like, what was the next set of movies that came out? Kang didn't do nothing to them.
I would have had Kang utterly fucking obliterate Ant-Man and the entire Ant-Man family, and only leaving Cassidy and Kang proper escape the fucking quantum realm. So that he's out. The Council of Kangs is sitting there going, shit. The one we didn't want out got out because of fucking Ant-Man. Cassidy could still be used to set up the Young Avengers. Kang, then we go into what was it, Kang Dynasty? Where that movie that movie is actually just more about the Council of Kangs dealing with him, with the prime evil one, and pulling a little bit of the Avengers, and then setting up Doctor Doom coming in, and in looking at the multiverse and looking at all these councils of Kangs and realizing that Doctor Doom himself, does not want a council of dooms, because he knows how he's going to be dealing with himself. Set up how he gets the Beyonder's power to set up Battle World, to set up Secret War, to thin out all this multiverse shit, so it's easier for him to grab control. There's less people to go against him. It's easier to break them and bend them to his will. And he snuffs out any possibility of more than one Doctor Doom having any word of contention. That's how I would have done it.
But how would you have fit him in the other movies?
that's the best part. You don't have to fit him in the other movies. Because in Kang Dynasty, any plot hole that you have, how come nobody talked about the hand in the fucking middle of the ocean? Oh, well, we see in this scene, if you look in the background, Kang manipulated the fucking news stream around that island because he was using it for something. What about what happened over here? Oh, Kang was behind that too. Because the beauty of Kang, and what you learn in Kang Dynasty, in my version, is that the Council of Kangs have been running shit from behind the scenes. And the reason that they're worried about this dude is not only because he's hyper violent, but he's too front facing. He's too forward and too visible. And that's going to lead to eventually what happens, where Doctor Doom gets wind, or somebody, before we reveal it's Doctor Doom, it's going to lead to somebody looking in and going, this shit's got to be stopped. And I'm not worried about doing it the hero way or the correct way. These guys got to be taken out. We can't allow this to happen.
So you would have made Doom the guy that Kang is trying to save everybody from.
No. I would have made Doom the de facto hero, where Doom saves everybody from Kang. And by the time we realize exactly what Doom's playing at, it's too late. We're now in Secret War. Because how are you gonna get to Secret War and Battle World where, and again, I don't even know if they're gonna really do Battle World, but in my version, this is how we're doing it, like how the book does it. How do you get most of the characters on Doom's side? Well, you lead off with he showed up and saved them. He pulled them out of the darkest fucking time that they had, dealt with the most powerful thing that they've seen since Thanos. And a lot of the people are like, yo, I'd rather be on his side than trying to fight against the guy who saved us from some shit we don't even know if we could have got ourselves out of.
Okay.
I mean, that seems like a simple fucking solution to me, but and again, you don't need to keep putting Jonathan Majors in every fucking thing. Because again, with a few lines of dialogue and a few show us and not tell us, we could be like, oh shit, he really was behind all that shit. And then it recontextualizes other movies. Yo, why was Thor Love and Thunder so fucking dumb? Oh, Kang manipulated Thor at his worst and fucking kept him in that state. Oh, but we didn't see him do that. Well, look at this. In this scene, it shows you how he was able to do it without ever having. Because Kang's supposed to be smart. He's supposed to be everywhere. He's supposed to know everything. So why would I physically need to be there to do shit when I have all the knowledge to pluck a string here, pluck a string there, and watch the ripple effect take off and fucking get everything to exactly where I need it to be?
Yeah. Okay. Shit, all right. So now
And
here goes. Okay.
and doing it my way prevents Jonathan Majors from having to show up 450 different fucking times to do the same shit. Like,
Yeah. So here goes a concept that is going around now. Hindsight's 2020. This is from Captain America: Civil War. Tony Stark's team. Iron Man's dead. Black Widow's dead. Vision's dead. Spider-Man lost everything. War Machine paralyzed. Black Panther, we don't know.
oh, technically dead.
Technically dead, yeah. Cap's team. Cap grew old and married Becky. Yeah,
Peggy.
Peggy. Winter Soldier. Alive for more than 100 years and running for Congress now. Wanda had an imaginary family that became real. Clint retired with his family. Ant-Man. Ant-Man retired with his family. Falcon, the new Captain America.
Well, let that show you who was on the right side of history.
See, when you go against America, you're dead. Shit, but I mean, it's funny how that shit played out. All right, here goes a. I don't know if did I ask you this. I don't think I asked you. I might have asked you this in private, but not on the show. But here goes a versus here. If both were hired to kill each other, who would succeed and why? Deathstroke or Taskmaster?
Deathstroke is literally Captain America with a sword. Taskmaster has his kinetic memory. See, this is hard to predict because the reason that Steve Rogers was able to beat Taskmaster is because Rogers was able to pick up on what Taskmaster's ability was, and he was able to use the shield in an unpredictable way that Taskmaster wasn't able to pick up on quick enough. And that's how he was able to beat him. But Deathstroke doesn't have
The quicker thinking.
he just has a sword. He doesn't have that weapon that's unpredictable that he can do different shit with. So and if they're tasked to kill each other and hunt each other down, you best believe Taskmaster he's going to study Deathstroke, Wade Wilson. I think though at the end of the day you have to give the edge to Wade because he has that extra strength and all that shit, and if he hits you, it's gonna hurt a lot harder than you hitting him. So I'm gonna give a slight edge to Deathstroke.
Okay.
I mean, they call him the Terminator for a reason.
All right. So here goes another one. Another one. Who's leaving the room alive? I guess this is a battle to the death. The Green Arrow, Batman, the Black Widow, Punisher, Daredevil, John Wick, Nightwing, or Mr. Nobody.
Who the
You
fuck
know
is Mr. Nobody?
The guy from Better Call Saul, Nobody.
Oh, Mr. Nobody. You said leave the room alive.
Yeah.
While everybody else is fighting everybody else, that motherfucker's just gonna turn around and walk out the door. He's smart enough to be like, well, what the fuck am I in there fighting? I don't gotta fight nobody in there. But now, I mean, if you want the real answer of who's gonna fight their way out and be the last person standing, I think it's gonna be Frank Castle. Only because in a situation like that, the fastest way to secure your safety and make sure that you walk out of that room alive is to put your opponents down as fast as possible. And out of everybody you mentioned, he's the only one that has no problem. Dead. Next one. Dead. Next one.
I mean,
dead. I don't give a shit.
John Wick.
John Wick. John Wick kills unnamed bad guys. Anybody that has a name, he gave Cameron the choice. Cameron to live or die and told him how to survive that knife hit. He gave Lawrence Fishburne's King of the Underground that same choice. He didn't kill Donnie Yen. He didn't kill the deaf girl from part 2, if I remember correctly. Like John Wick, when it's unnamed people, he's mowing them down. But when he's sitting there and you can talk to him and other shit, he doesn't have that everybody dies mentality. Not the way the Punisher does. I'm telling you, the Punisher has no qualm putting anybody down as fast as possible to get to that next person. He's not gonna wait to Krav Maga you or the fucking jujitsu you.
What about the Scarlet?
What's the fastest way?
What about the Black Widow?
Black Widow. So there's a reason why Frank is the guy where you need that line crossed. You call Frank. It's because everybody tiptoes around that line. They salsa dance around that line. Frank's already on the other side of that line. Like it's weird if you see how they're actually done. Daredevil, if you push him too far, he'll cross that line and kill somebody. But like I said, Frank's so far over there, writers have to give him a reason to be dragged across the line back to us. And just his innate ability and drive to kill and his nonchalantness about killing, even it makes him even more vicious. Because think about it. If Batman is like, okay, I know that if I kick you in your knee here, it hyperextends your leg, breaks your patella, you're gonna be out, but you can recover in 6 to 8 months and you'll be back to normal. So he might strive to do that to take you out. Well, Frank Castle's like, well, if I just stomp on your shin, you can't walk for the rest of your life. I don't give a shit. You're handled for a second because something bigger is happening. I'll come back and finish you off.
Okay. Shit.
And I'm gonna say, after watching that movie, nope, Mr. Nobody's the first one that dies in that room.
Yeah. He got his ass kicked
It
like
goes
crazy.
him, and then Oliver Queen. Now it depends. Is it Ollie from the books, from the comics, or is it Ollie from the Batman CW TV show?
It's funny because the picture they use is the Batman CW TV show.
Then then I take it back. He's the first one to die.
All right, so what about Nightwing?
Nightwing's not a fucking killer.
Oh, you don't think he can hold his own against these people?
Again, it's not about the ability to hold your own. I'm looking at it purely of if one person's getting out of that room, I'm looking at it this way.
Punisher has what it
If
takes
I
to
need
do it.
one if I need one person to usher my team to win in the NBA Finals game 7, we're down by 10, we got 5 minutes left. I don't give a shit about athleticism, 3-point shot, who's got the best shooting percentage. I want the motherfucker who's got the heart to stand there and drag everybody with him to a win. Give me Michael Jordan, because with the game on the line, he's going to murk every motherfucker in front of him, even if it's his own team. I don't care what your stats say at that point. That's how I'm approaching this. Like your skill level, your hand-to-hand skill level is irrelevant if I'm just gonna walk into the room and pull a trigger on you.
Like Bruce Lee said, there's no amount of kung fu that can stop Kapow.
Yeah.
All right. Trying to figure out which.
Oh, there was the
Oh, okay. Which was the better Alfred? Michael Keaton Alfred, Christian Bale Alfred, Ben Affleck Alfred, or Sparkles Alfred?
there's It depends on the fucking metric. Because the original Alfred
What
is
up, Ray?
probably the best overall Alfred. But oh, my mind's too good for us now. Or he's just in the comments now.
Word.
But you got Michael Caine. Like that's one of the best actors in the world. But did his Alfred really do anything?
I mean, he reminded Christian Bale what's the point of all them push-ups.
No. Okay. I'm gonna go with the Michael Keaton Alfred
Okay.
as the best.
You don't like the vibranium stealing Alfred?
Andy Serkis is good, but you you got you got a fucking man. You're not my dad. Get out of here. Like, come on, though.
You know, and not for nothing. I know he's a special ops from Britain or whatever, but he did too much in that movie. Like, never in the comics was Alfred a fucking assistant that looked up fingerprints. He always had the computer. He did everything himself, and Alfred was the guy that was like, "You're only human. Eat some. Stop picking on the boy so much. Stop being so hard on yourself."
The cartoon, yeah. There are certain comics where Alfred is fucking badass. Like,
I
damn, you
heard.
could put Alfred in that motherfucking suit.
I heard. Shit. Now, I know we spoke a little bit about it, but do you? All right, what would hurt Batman more? Because I remember Bane killed Alfred, and the Joker basically fucking killed everybody to go tell Bane like you ain't shit because you pulled the trump card and you didn't even do it in front of Batman. But what would hurt more if you killed Robin in front of him, like Dick Grayson, or Alfred?
Alfred.
Yeah, because um, the Joker was like Alfred is his father. It's like watch. It's like
Yeah,
making him relive his.
Yeah, you kill a third parent in front of him, and that
Break.
motherfucker becomes Man Bat now. Batman goes so fucking crazy, he now tries to find that those fucking bats that Morbius found get bit, so he can be like, it's Morbin time.
Yo, Damien, Morgan Freeman never played Alfred. He was always Fox, the guy who did the weapon. He
Lucius
was the
Fox.
mechanic. Lucius Fox. In the cartoon, he was the mechanic. He's the one who Batman bring the Batmobile to fix it.
Now, it's a question for you. I know we talked about this in private, not on the show, but which Marvel character would Batman get along with and respect the most? Spider-Man, Cap, Daredevil, Moon Knight, Cyclops, Panther, Hulk, Black Widow.
I think Cap, because Cap is the closest thing to Superman, and he said it. Like they both, Superman and Batman both say that they're the best men they know, and I think Cap would like be like the way his morals are, and I think the only difference between Superman and Cap is that Cap kills people. But like he stands on business, and I think Batman would respect him for that. That, and also I think Spider-Man, because of the amount of loss that Spider-Man suffers, and still is trying to be genuinely a good fucking person, then I think that would be like the Flash, like how he respects the Flash.
So that was my answer to you. Is I think Spider-Man purely because Batman would respect the fact that they both lost their parental figures that both turned them into superheroes, but yet Spider-Man still shows a great deal of restraint and care for for most of his villains that he faces. I think that would push Batman to respect and befriend him more than anybody else. I think the person he'd like the least is Matt Murdock.
Really? Because he would think Matt Murdock's a contradiction.
Yeah. How are you religious, believing in God, doing all this shit, but you're dressed like the devil and hurting these motherfuckers more than I do sometimes? He'd be he'd be confused by Moon Knight because there's three of them.
Yeah.
Black Widow is too much like Catwoman,
Yeah.
and we all know men and women can't be friends. I learned that. Ray taught me that one.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's go back. Say that as I just said it.
I know
Just say
men
Ray
and
taught me
women.
that one.
Oh, Ray taught me that one. That was probably the face Ray just said. Ray just gave when he heard you say it. He probably turned off his camera thinking that he was on the show with us. Yeah.
Ray, get in here, Ray.
I think Batman will respect Hulk because he wouldn't want to get smashed. I don't think Batman would fear the Hulk.
Nah, because Batman would think he'd find a way to get to Bruce at all times.
What? Now they call the Daredevil the man without fear, right?
Yes.
Is he afraid of the Hulk? Has he ever interacted with the Hulk?
I don't think he has much interaction with the Hulk. But Daredevil's the man without fear because he does not fear death. So if he had to stand up to the Hulk, think about it. The Hulk moves, right? With such strength that Daredevil is going to be able to feel the pressure difference in the air and move out of the way. So, how much damage could he do back to the Hulk? That's questionable depending on what he uses and what he has on him. But how long can he survive against the Hulk in a fight? Longer than you would think. And if Batman and Daredevil had to go up against the Hulk, Batman's dying.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it. Bane beat the fuck out of him, broke his back. You think Hulk's gonna stop it just breaking his back?
First I take your money, and I take your mind.
Yeah, the Hulk grabs this dude, he's tearing him in half.
Shit.
I think he'd respect Panther, but him and Panther are vastly different. Because T'Challa, the mask doesn't represent something that people need to fear or respect, blah blah blah. The mask is part of a prideful armor of a nation.
Hmm.
So it's a different philosophy behind why they each wear a mask. Even though they're both rich kids with technology at the base of it. And who was the other one?
Natasha? Oh no,
Cyclops.
Cyclops.
I'm trying to think because there are some people like that in DC that Batman's still just like, who gives a shit about you?
Well, I think Batman would respect Cyclops because Cyclops is a good leader and he'll sacrifice himself for the group. But he knows that Cyclops' biggest weakness is Jean Grey. He'll sacrifice himself for the group, but he would not sacrifice Jean Grey for shit.
Yeah, he's got too many
Feelings.
Fuck, I had the word in my head, but he's got too much shit to live for.
Yeah.
Too many distractions.
Now the question is, would he look at Magneto the same way that Cyclops and the rest of the X-Men does, or would he look at him like Professor X?
No, I think he'd think Magneto is is pure villain.
There's a tyrant.
Well, because at the end of the day, Magneto's only concerned with mutant kind, and Batman's not a mutant. So if you look at it from that perspective, if he's only concerned with half the population, let's just say in this case it's half, and you're not in that half, he's a fucking villain to you.
Damien said Wolverine. I think he'll just respect Wolverine because Wolverine's contingency plan is the fucking claws. It's like
I gotta
plan
look
A,
up.
we kick his ass. Plan B, I claw his ass.
I gotta look up that run they had of what was it, Darkwing? Because right at the end of Marvel vs. DC, they did a thing where everybody melded together, and it was Batman and Wolverine, and they were, I think, either Darkwing or Dark Claw. That was their thing. Superman and Captain America melded together. Spider Boy, Spider Man and Superboy melded together. I can't remember who else.
Wonder Woman and Storm.
I doubt that happened.
So, all right, here goes a question. Does anybody fear the Hulk? Because by the way they have the Hulk in the movies, everyone treats him like a fucking baby. I think they all fear the Hulk. Have you ever noticed, even in Thor Ragnarok, when he was fighting the Hulk, or when he had Bruce Banner, it was like, all right, easy, big fella, easy. Like, he knows that. Claw, okay. Like, he was aware of what the Hulk can do. Like, there's a difference between fighting someone just as strong as you and then fighting a fucking monster that's stronger than you. It's like this dude could rip apart the city.
Yeah. Here's the fucking truth. Everybody fears the Hulk. When the Hulk shows up, everybody's worried about what side he's on, can we control him, how much damage he's going to do, what's going to trigger him, what's going to set him off. The key difference is, the real question is, how do people react to Bruce? Do they try to baby him? Do they respect him? Do they fucking talk down to him? Do they treat him as something like a ticking time bomb? Like, he's got to stay over there because I don't want to be around him if he happens to go off. That's the real question. There's not a character in Marvel, with the exception. No, you can't even say that, because there's that famous panel that I always go to when World War Hulk, or in World War Hulk, when World Breaker Hulk is out there fucking everybody up. Ghost Rider shows up. And Ghost Rider looks at him and goes, "Oh, they whoop your ass? And they did that to you? And your son dead? Fuck that. I'm out. You good." Like, he looks at the situation and he's like, there's nothing I can do here, and leaves. And you tell me that there's not some element of fear in that, because the right thing to do is try to stop him from tearing up the world. Because, yeah, Tony and the rest of the Illuminati might have shot him up there and sent him off into space, But Deborah, an apartment in that apartment building on the corner that's about to fall because he ran through it, had
Yeah.
nothing to do with that shit.
And at least in the movies, you ever notice that Cap is the only one that references him based on what he is. Like when he was the Hulk, everyone called him Banner, except for
Yeah.
Cap. And then when he calls him like when he's Bruce, everybody calls him Bruce, except for Cap. When he showed up in Avengers, Captain America says, "Well, Mr. Banner, well, Dr. Banner, I suggest you get mad." He goes, "I'm always mad." And then when he got mad and he's like, and he shows the plan, he's like, "Hulk, smash." Everyone else is trying to talk to Banner as the Hulk, and they're saying that that's why he respected Captain America and actually fucking did what he said, and he fought everyone else.
Oh shit! It was Storm and Wonder Woman.
See,
Sorry, I just had to look it up.
Wonder Storm.
Nah, Amazon.
Ah, I guess it's better than Storm Woman.
Well, I mean, it's better than Jeff Bezos, but
It looks like you just put Storm in the Wonder Woman's outfit.
that's because she beat the fuck out of her, even though she had Mjolnir.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Hey.
and
A demigod is never going to be able to beat the actual god. And
But-
Storm is technically the god of she's Gaia.
so how good is Storm's fighting ability?
It's not the physical fighting ability. Think about it this way. If let's say I was my military weight, 145.
Yeah.
Right? And you're at your current weight. And me and you are gonna fucking do not hand-to-hand fighting, but test of strength fighting. Who do you think has the upper hand?
I would say me.
Yeah, right? Because you're naturally bigger.
Yeah.
So now, who has the upper hand? When I can hit you with lightning strikes, gale force fucking hurricane winds, hit you with torrential downpour rain, tornadoes, sheets of ice. How good is your strength now?
I mean, you cheat. Yeah.
I'm not cheating. That's what I was naturally born with those gifts.
But all right, so is that where the What If comments, the What If TV show got Storm with the Moliere? Because I know we missed like they always fucking hide a cartoon that explains something, and then the ending comes out with a character we never seen before. But is that what they were referencing when Storm had Moliere with her? That she got that shit from. Cause did she ever wield it in the comic other than that?
Sorry, I just had to blow my nose.
Right.
She might. I don't think in comic book proper. I don't think she's ever held it. But she might have held it in that Marvel versus DC book. She might have picked it up at one point. But she definitely would be worthy of it.
Okay. All right. Now that we got that out the way, let's get to some Daredevil. Is episode
Daredevil.
Word is episode 7, right?
Yes.
Which means that tonight is the last episode.
Nah, I think there's 9.
Okay.
So tonight's the penultimate episode, and I just want to start by saying, if you show up having already watched tonight's episode, stay your ass home.
Boochie.
Don't even get on.
Which, if you think about it, it's like they said, and I think I mentioned this last week, that the first 4 episodes you ain't gonna see Daredevil. You're gonna see Matt Murdock. And then we had the first episode, and then the next 4, we didn't see Daredevil. We saw Matt Murdock because it was the lawyer shit and all that. And then now it's like the second to last episode, and shit is about to go down.
Yeah, I think the context in which why we weren't seeing Daredevil was different. Because, like I said, there was this whole thing has been breaking down to arcs, and it makes perfect sense that we start with him hitting an all-time low, and if this is Daredevil born again, we would need to see him drop it and be born again in the role. Why did he come back? What does he do differently this time? Because season 3 on the Netflix series was more akin to the born again storyline.
Yeah.
Where he met his mom, and his mom was a nun, and she helped him heal and all the other blah 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 blah. So if you're gonna take the name, we needed something different, and it's different. It works out better to see the fall and to see him stay at that point where you're like, come. Frank Castle said it best, man. I don't remember the exact quote, but that whole scene where he's like, yo, you got to get the fuck back up. Because why does, in your justice thing, why does Bullseye get to live?
Yeah.
But Froggy don't. And you sulking doesn't fucking do anybody else good.
Yeah, I mean, my man said he got life, and he's like, yeah, well, what did Bullseye get? I mean, what did Foggy get? Yeah. Shit. But this episode, shit, you said something I was gonna go upon, and I went on that tangent.
Shit, my bad.
Oh, also, I think the fact that they found out that there was a serial killer that had 60 bodies, and I think that's what made him go, shit, I could have stopped this. Like, I could have, like, it needed something, like, I could have done something. Like, there was something in his head that was like, fuck, but he wasn't going to do nothing. And then when the girl fucking was missing, that's when he was like, fuck that. Nah. If I don't do nothing, then her blood is on my hands. You know?
Because that girl, remember, she came in and was like, I'm asking you to help, on not knowing that he's Daredevil.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm asking you to do anything. Literally anything. Rewrite the fucking notes I got. Something. And the parallels between Fisk and Matt is that also was what made Fisk laugh and go, this is what we're doing now. Like, the rich people are gonna threaten me, all this other shit. I know how to run the streets. This fucking serial killer, I know how to get him off the street. And they both turned into Fisk turned into a cop vigilante mob boss, and Matt Murdock turned back into Daredevil. And then we go, which leads us into this episode, where Matt Murdock was looking for Muse, and he asked the cop friend to help him. Now, I think both of us had the same thing, like, why the fuck are you so mad at him? He saved the little girl.
I think we had different views. Because I understood his whole thing, where I covered for you once, when you threw Bullseye off the fucking roof thinking you killed him? How many more bodies do you want me to fucking cover up for you when you put that mask back on and you just start murdering everybody? Because you can't control your shit and you think everybody's Bullseye. That's where he was coming from. And I get that, because if you're a good cop and you follow Daredevil, because Daredevil always does the right thing, and Matt's always, you got to put the process and the law ahead of everything. Why the fuck would I enable you?
Yeah. But then, it's still like, but he saved the girl. He did in one night what the cops couldn't do in how many months? Like, they didn't even know that the motherfucker was a serial killer.
Yes. So this is why I love the show, and I'm gonna use a big word, the dichotomy of it, right? Because if you take superheroing and vigilanting as the substitute for addiction,
Okay.
right? In this case, let's take alcoholism. You got the cop turning around going, "Why would I enable you to start fucking drinking again, to bring you down to that bad place?" And your response is, "I was only at the bar to pull this dude out." So yeah, in the moment, it looks like, in the moment, you did the right thing. You went in there and pulled out the other drunkard to save him from doing harm to himself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how many bars are you gonna walk into and save people before that becomes a problem for you now? Because it works one of two ways. Either you're gonna fall off the wagon and start drinking again, or you're gonna be consumed with having to walk into bars to save people. And in Matt's case, you're either gonna start killing every fucking villain you see, or your
Well,
life is going to be consumed with having to be out in the street to catch every villain that ever fucking walks.
it's starting to look like the streets is calling him, because in this episode we find out Muse is that guy that Matt's girlfriend was
She signed the book
shrinking.
for a few episodes back.
Yeah, but she was his therapist, and then he opened up to her about it.
Yo,
And
I was gonna say, in my younger years, I was really the guy who was like, if what do you call it, catch him. I was kind of like Daredevil. Catch him, don't kill him, because if we kill him, then we're no better than he is. Right?
yeah,
In my old age now, seeing how the world progresses and seeing that in my old age, seeing that a kid was being bullied for wearing a My Little Pony backpack, and the entire system told the kid to stop wearing the backpack and did nothing to the people bullying him. And seeing how the world just, no matter what you do, the world's not going to fucking stop. I have now evolved
yeah.
to, no, you gotta go.
So
There's no point for somebody like Muse. And again, I'm talking about on grand scale, right? The guy who robs a bodega, here's how it parses out. The guy who robs a bodega once or twice, catch him, put him in jail. If he's coming out 15 times, and all 15 times he's getting put back for robbing and beating and stealing again, well then, sir, you got to get put down. How many fucking times are we going to do the same cycle? And you clearly don't give a shit.
which is funny because they had that in one of the episodes with the criminal that Matt was doing the parlay shit
Yo, I felt so bad because
pro bono.
when he was doing that pro bono thing, I looked at the guy and was like, the system doesn't care about me. It would rather put me in jail than help me. I'm like, yo, my man, I gotta get up every morning and fucking go to work.
Yeah,
You can go to McDonald's. There's nothing keeping you from holding down a fucking job instead of having to do this shit.
yeah. It might take you a while to find one, but still,
And again, I was with him until they said that this is his fucking pattern. He's done this for how many multiple fucking spans? And the fucking
yeah,
demand, I don't go to jail this time. Motherfucker, you only get 3 strikes in baseball.
yeah. I mean,
You don't get to keep standing up there until you eventually hit one right. And I'm at the point now in my life where I'm just like, yo, if I gotta play by these rules,
so does everybody else.
so do you.
So,
And if you're not gonna play by the rules, you're fucking useless.
I mean, yeah. But before we get into that kind of debate, it's on the show conversation. Is it now that the Daredevil made these criminals and these vigilantes, but because now the vigilantes that were trying to fill the gap with Daredevil, that he made himself no choice but to come back?
No. So, let me take your question. Did Daredevil make these villains? No, this is not a Batman situation. Muse had nothing to do with Daredevil. And by the way, my rant started because I was getting to Muse and what happens to him at the end of the episode. But anyway, Muse had nothing to do with Daredevil. A lot of the villains Daredevil fights have nothing to do with him. He shows up in the aftermath. It's more likely that the villains created Daredevil than the other way around. What was the second premise of your question?
Now with Daredevil quitting and all these vigilantes
vigilante.
came up, and now that they're pretty much gone, is that what's like? There's no one there, so
Yeah. So I would agree that some number of the vigilantes that would have popped up, White Tiger and etc., popped up because they were like, oh well, if Daredevil could do it, I can do it. And then when he stepped away, there was a power vacuum and a need for vigilantes, so they stepped up. And now that they're gone, the Catholic guilt that Matt Murdock feels would conclusively fucking draw him back into, well, now I'm the only one that can.
all right.
But what's
now,
really gonna bake a noodle is if that little girl didn't get abducted,
yeah,
would he have put on the suit?
it looked like he was thinking about it. Remember, he grabbed the stuff beforehand. What's going on, show?
What's up, my peoples?
Chilling, man. We just started talking about last week's Daredevil, not today's Daredevil.
You sure you don't want to talk about today's?
I'm sure.
Okay. Last week was dope too.
Yeah, with the midget and
Bro,
women.
when they was about to kill the kingpin, my boy said thank you. Was that today's? Oh shit. I'm fucking up.
Yesterday or last
I know, I'm just fucking
Yo.
Wait.
That's for a split second.
Oh yeah, that was the end of
I
it.
was like, oh, Vanessa sent him to get murked by somebody. And then when he showed up and Fisk is sitting by himself, I was like, oh no, she definitely sent him to get murked.
You know what's funny? For a moment, I was like, now this is just my way of thinking. For a moment, when she sent the text, I was like, bitch, I don't care who you just text. You do not want to fucking come across the king. You don't want to double cross the kingpin. It don't matter how much he loves you. Remember, he said it. Don't make me get to a point where I don't trust you. And I was like, oh shit, you done fucked up. But then when the ending happened, I was like, all right, Vanessa, you live to fight another.
Well, coming from somebody that doesn't know much, I was confused. I didn't know if she maybe sent him and he got a hold of that information and killed the guy and now told his friend to text his wife like he's setting her up. Like I thought she did set him up. He countered it and now he's gonna kill his wife. That's what I thought when he said, yo, text her. Let her know dinner is ready or something like that. Like, yo, act like we know him.
I can see how you would get confused, but you got to remember, because he's mayor, he can't have anything incriminating come back to him. So if that dude's texting her, that don't mean shit. Because when they investigate him, he's never said nothing. He never did anything. He didn't allude to anything. And what happened here? This gangster came in and tried to kill the mayor. And my fucking bodyguard took him out.
Good shit.
Right by his ear.
He knew the minute he looked at Fisk in that office, Fisk was gonna kill him.
Yo,
it's over.
The only thing that surprised me is that homeboy took him out and Fisk didn't beat him himself.
Yeah, because I mean, I think at one point Cap was like, "Oh shit, Fisk is gonna destroy this motherfucker." If you thought that he fucked up that other guy, wait until he rips his motherfucker apart limb from limb.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a changed man. He's really a good man. I'm gonna handle this clean. I ain't had nothing to do with this.
I think he deep down inside he wanted to, but his past and the way that you gotta be in this country, he can't be. Like the only way that Fisk could be the man he wants to be is if he's by himself, and like if he's in Latveria. If he was a dictator, you know what I'm saying? But he has to appeal to other people. That's not him. And when the swordsman was like, "Oh, this is a warning," you could see it in his face. Like, you don't fucking give me warnings. You don't give me threats. You don't give me ultimatums. I tell you this is what's happening, and bitch, you're gonna fucking do it.
Dude, that was specific to the sword master.
Yeah.
It's like, out of all these people in the room, you fucking telling me?
But you gotta love the swordmaster got balls, boy. They must. It's funny how these people don't give a shit about his reputation in the streets. When it's like,
Dude.
Okay, yeah, you do all this shit, but remember, that same motherfucker that you call, I got his kids in a safe house right now, tied up.
Yo, see, here's the thing. This is the old proverb, right? And again, not to bring it to a tone or show topic, but why women nowadays are more likely to get into somebody's face? They don't have to worry about his street rep. He's the motherfucking mayor. What's he gonna do? Beat you in front of everybody in the fucking room? The mayor? That conversation and that dinner goes down drastically different if that's Kingpin sitting in the room and not Mayor Fisk.
Yeah, I get it.
That sword master steps up and go, "We ain't gonna give you a shot."
Yeah. Like I honestly think that conversation goes down the same way that Jason Momoa's conversation went down in Fast and the Furious. I have all your families, and if you want them alive, kill her, and let's go. I need the techie people. Come with me. Like,
I would love to see Kingpin pull some Jason Momoa shit. He's like, you're gonna blow up the mayor's mansion? Whoo, that's fucking ballsy. Like,
I like your style. Shit. But yeah,
he's just sitting there on the phone, like, Vanessa, get a load of this. These crazy guys are gonna blow up the mansion. Like,
shit. But all right, so he Muse got
voice.
yeah.
To do.
Muse got Matt Murdock's girl. He's about to use her blood. Was he in love with her? Is that what it was,
No.
or was it just a thing of, oh, she didn't accept me for what I was, so now I'm going to use her like everybody else? Because he's.
I didn't see it as a love thing. I saw it as you understand exactly who I am. You've unlocked a part of me that I didn't even know existed. And then when she rejected it, it's, oh, okay, you see me as everybody else.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna use you for my greatest piece of artwork. That's how I read it.
Okay, I get it. But shit, now this thing heard the fucking sirens. Them sirens must have been from Jersey or something, because they took forever to get there.
So again, the regular squad cars were outside already. The task force, that's what took forever. They were told to hold because the task force was the only one supposed to go in. So the regular cops were out there already, but they were told to stand down until the task force rolled 3 natural ones in a row and couldn't open up a fucking door to run upstairs.
Yeah.
Sir, we're here, but unfortunately, it's gonna take us a full fight scene to fucking get up there, sir.
Yeah, and then that whole fight scene happened. And listen, I don't care what moral ground you stand on. My man was gonna do some who knows what to this woman, and we know he was gonna drain her blood and use her blood as a mural. She had every right to shoot that motherfucker.
Yeah, and Matt said it himself. Matt was like, "Yo, you did what you needed to do. We're good."
All right. You know how sometimes they don't like that shit.
John Nolan. For
What
anybody
up?
who
What up, Leon? No, we did not see Minecraft.
due to the fact that I haven't been a 15-year-old boy for the last 16, 17 years, I have not and will not see the fucking Minecraft movie.
I never played Minecraft. I don't even know what the fuck it is. I don't know what the fuck a quail
Me
is. To be
neither.
honest with you.
All I know about Minecraft is that Minecraft is a fucking simulator for breaking stones and trying to raise pink sheep. That's all I know. Some lady online was crying because her boyfriend, she had a herd of pink sheep and her boyfriend set them all on fire and killed them for who the fuck knows why.
Word.
His little dating advice from your good old friend Cap, and you could clip this and add it to your Tone show. If you're a guy and you're dating a girl and you're playing a video game and she turns the video game off in the middle of you playing it, pack her shit, put it on the outside of your house, and tell her to get the fuck out. If you're a woman and you like playing video games such as Minecraft, and you cultivated, in this case it was pink sheep, you cultivated pink sheep. If your man burns your pink sheep up and kills all of them, pack his shit, put it on the outside of your fucking house, tell him to get the fuck out.
Word. Fucking bitch. Remember that show?
So
Yeah,
get back to the episode. Again, my thoughts have evolved. I thought from the jump, either Daredevil, the Task Force, somebody, Muse has to go.
yeah.
The minute he put that fucking canvas mask on, his life was forfeit.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's gone. We don't have to worry about that. Now we focus on other issues.
Now, what's the deal with the Punisher?
I
Is
think
he?
Punisher is being he's here just to reintroduce him so that we know he exists and we know he's here, and then his shit is gonna be in season 2.
Because I was like, because even when he had that scene with Matt Murdock, I'm sitting there like, is he just laying low and not really doing nothing? Because you would think that he'll be also one of those people that would, like, once they spoke about Muse, he would go looking for him.
I didn't see what happened in Punisher season 2. I don't know how that ended. And I don't know if this is picking up only from the Daredevil Netflix show and not the Punisher Netflix show. Because in the Daredevil Netflix show, he's just fresh out of jail.
Yeah.
And so he would have to be laying low. You wanted to ask us about the cancellation of the Acolyte? The greatest
Good.
decision Disney / Star Wars ever made.
Good. You know what the crazy shit is? Acolyte and She-Hulk have something in common. You have the character of She-Hulk, and you fucked it up. Acolyte had the actress of Trinity, and they fucked that up. I should have known the minute that she did a watch this hand and fucking threw a knife past the Force. That was gonna be a fucked up TV show. Once they killed Trinity, it's like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah. Hey, if you want our full thoughts on the Acolyte, go back and watch our coverage of it, because
It was
at
brutal.
this point, if we talk about it anymore, we are reanimating the dead horse we beat.
Yeah, it was. Nah, yeah, we did not hold any punches back. Was She-Hulk or Acolyte? But I know there's the Star Wars animated show coming out. I still haven't seen that trailer. And
It looks good. It's about Cad Bane and Asajj Ventress.
is that the Sith Apprentice?
So, Cad Bane is the fucking blue cowboy who went up against Boba Fett,
Okay.
and Asajj Ventress is Dooku's apprentice from the Clone Wars.
Ah. And then what was the TV show that's coming out next month from Rogue One?
Oh, Andor.
Andor, yeah. So they said that you might want to rewatch Andor before this season, or something like something to that effect, and it would make you rethink everything from Rogue One. Like it would change your whole perspective of what was going on in Rogue One.
Well, you might want to rewatch. I'm pretty sure I remember the majority of what happened, so I can walk in.
No,
I don't know.
shit. I watched Rogue One 3 times already.
No, not rewatch Rogue One. Rewatch Andor season 1.
Oh shit.
And I don't know if they know exactly what I thought. Well, first off, Rogue One I think is my favorite fucking Star Wars movie, which is weird. Which is weird in the pantheon of the movies.
Yeah, right.
But if they're telling me that this is gonna make me rethink what I thought of Andor from Rogue One, I don't think they know that I already think that Andor and Rogue One was essentially the Punisher. He was the you want to win a war? This is how you fucking do it. You don't need a Jedi. You need the guy who's going to shoot the motherfucker he was there to talk to just to prevent him from spreading secrets. Let's not forget that in that alley, the minute cops are coming, bang, and then bounce. So he couldn't fucking reveal secrets.
Yeah.
That's the motherfucking that's Andor that we're fucking. To me, we haven't even got up to that motherfucker yet in the goddamn show. So what are you gonna change my mind about?
Word.
You know, I still haven't gotten into Star Wars. I gotta tell me which movie to watch first.
Shit.
Well, you
know
can
what?
start with episode 1.
Yeah. So you watch episode 1, 2, and 3. Then the Clone Wars. Then
Then
Rogue,
technically
then
Rebels.
Rebels, and then Rogue One, and then 4, 5, and 6.
And
Did
then
you know
stop there.
Did you know what's funny? I think what makes Rogue One even better is that it literally ends at the beginning of 4.
Yeah. And
So it felt like a sequel.
It's a
Like an
prequel.
action sequel. Okay.
So it's like Rogue One ends with the ship flying in space, getting away from the bad guys. Part 4 starts with that same exact ship flying in space away from the bad guys. It's like they just took the scene from part 4 and they ended Rogue One with that scene.
yeah,
Let's
so
get to Rogue 2.
this is the story show for you. In the original Star Wars movie, when the text comes up, there's a line that says, and I believe verbatim, it says, somehow the rebels got the plans to the Death Star. And that's how they knew that if you shoot the fucking exhaust vent at the end of the Marianas Trench, the whole thing would blow up. Well, Rogue One is the movie about that somehow. This is how they got those plans. Why that design flow was implemented and put in, and the whole thing. Which the best part about Rogue One is that it explained that whole plot hole without making it sound fucking silly.
Yeah.
And it didn't shy away from the fact that we know these characters don't make it because they're not in any of the other movies. So we're not going to pretend as if some of them survive. No, we know what the fuck the deal is.
And the crazy shit is because you know that they're not gonna make it. It's like seeing how they how they got. It's like, oh shit, these guys are really heroes. You know?
Yeah. And the funny thing is, for anybody who looks at our take of the Acolyte and wants to lump us in at the whole fucking racist, misogynist, the blah 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 blah. I just told you my favorite movie is Rogue One. Jen Erso, main protagonist. Fucking Andor, Spanish dude, main protagonist. Danny Yang was in there, was an Asian blind fucking Force believer.
Yo, his
The
biggest
Samoan
problem,
dude.
your biggest problem with the sequel trilogy is that they didn't use Finn right.
Yeah, I have no problem with I have no problem with A New Hope Part 2, which is The Force Awakens. That was a fun movie. My problem is you gave 3 separate directors 3 separate movies and then tried to fucking hodgepodge them together. And when that didn't work, you gave the director of the first one a second chance to tie everything together, but it's 3 separate fucking movies.
Yeah.
You don't understand what the fuck a trilogy saga means. It means you telling one story, 3 fucking parts of it. A beginning, a middle, and end.
Yep.
It seems you got the middle twice.
We got the beginning, the middle, and then the apology for what the fuck you just seen, and then this is the best I could do.
We'll try to make it better for you.
Yeah. Shit.
And then you wanna, yo, you know what's gonna happen in 20 years? In 20 years, we're gonna get a movie that explains how Palpatine returns. That way, when we read somehow Palpatine returns, we can go, hey, Star Wars Palpatine. We know exactly how he returns. Now it makes sense.
Which, you know, I'm gonna say this. I'm done with Palpatine. I feel like we got enough. The story was good. The credits were good. The cinematography was good. He's a great leader, philanthropist, fucking salesman, father, whatever the fuck they did. Whatever the Stephen A. Smith's shit is for LeBron. All that goes to Palpatine. But we're done with him. I don't need another Palpatine in the show. I don't need no more Palpatine. Get Plagueis, Dooku, Mount Sinai, Darth Maul, Darth Vader, something else. We don't need more Palpatine. Me got Maybelline. We don't need Palpatine. We're good. I'm good with that. I'm good with it.
Yeah. My favorite part of the whole discourse for the sequel trilogy was the ending of Force Awakens. The FedEx guy, when I used to do security, came in. I was like, yo, I think Rey's a Palpatine. She held her fucking lightsaber the way he did, and blah, blah, blah. And then by the time we got to whatever the fuck the last one was,
A new dawn,
Rise
a
of
new day, a new
Skywalker?
way. Yeah.
Yeah, by the time we got to Rise of Skywalker, and it was determined she was a Palpatine, he came in and was like, this is stupid. This is the worst fucking decision they ever made. This whole thing sucks. I was like, but you, not only did you call it, you wanted it 10 years ago. What the fuck?
Yeah. It was, yo, that was the biggest. Oh shit, this is what's gonna happen. You right. Fuck you. I don't want this shit. Like, nigga, what? We called you up and said we're gonna get Chinese food. We asked you what you wanted. You said chicken wings. We came back with chicken wings, and now you mad. Like,
Oh, word. I'm not in the mood for Chinese.
word.
It's that famous quote from Oscar. I knew I was your father, but I didn't know I was your father.
I knew you was
No,
my
I knew
daughter,
you
but
were
I
my
didn't know I
daughter,
was.
but I didn't know I was your father.
Yeah.
Yo, before I forget that what you were saying about the beginning, the middle, and the end, but they gave you the beginning, the apology. It seems like, well, if they do try to do it, it sounds like what's gonna happen with Iron Fist. They got the shitty Iron Fist. Now they gotta try to do something to say I'm sorry. Kind of reminded me of that. That was just gonna bring that up. I don't know if it.
They don't have to do anything to say I'm sorry. You got Colleen Wing or you got the new fucking person who's the Iron Fist in the comic books. Use one of those two and just put Iron Fist in your fucking show and nobody's gonna care.
You want to apologize for Iron Fist? Get Chuck Norris. Put Chuck Norris in the show. Just have him walk by somewhere. Let him fucking let it like. Or you don't even need to have him in the show. Just have a dead rattlesnake and like this rattlesnake fucking agonized for 5 days, and be like, now we know where that's from. That's from it bit Chuck Norris. Boom, apology accepted. Now let's fucking go. You know? Shit. Fucking let's do that shit. We don't need this fucking guy. Give me a fucking second chance. What? How many second chances you need? Season 1 was the first chance. Season 2 was the second chance. You fucked up both of them. Not both of them. Both. We can't give you another chance.
3 of them.
Yeah, you can't get a third chance. You can't get a tree out of this shit. Leave the trees in Kung Lao. Shit, the only reason why we wanted Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio back because they didn't fuck up the characters. They were the characters. They did them justice. We liked them motherfuckers as characters. That is my Kingpin. Shit.
And that is my Loki. Don't switch it.
That's right.
I'm sorry. Those are 2 characters I can't see nobody else playing. That's why I meant to. That's my Loki.
Anybody else playing Loki?
Well, technically,
Hell nah.
somebody else did play Loki.
Not like Loki did.
There was 4 people that played Loki.
You weren't watching that fucking episode, though.
They had
Richard
the alligator
Grant
Loki.
Richard Grant as the comic accurate Loki was
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, they had the black Loki, the old Loki, the young Loki, the frog Loki.
I think
Female Loki.
technically it was Loki.
What?
So I think
That's a
technically
female
his name
Loki.
was
All right, both of y'all was talking again, and I couldn't hear.
Let me
not
shut
one of
up.
y'all. So both of y'all can't talk. And see, both of y'all represent the both chances that fucking Iron Fist had to fuck it up. You see how that worked? 2 times they did the shit. 2 times I didn't hear it. Now what? We need another chance for them to fuck it up? No. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna be like, we fucked up by having both of them on there. Now we gotta change the way shit happens. Mrs. Riley, and only Mrs. Riley. How many fingers do I have up now? Shit.
Who's Mr. Riley? Who's Mrs. Riley in this example? Me and him.
All right.
The funniest part about this is that the joke is past, and now it doesn't make sense anymore.
What did you say? Who was Loki?
I said technically the black Loki's name was Bloki.
Oh. Because I just heard technically he was just Loki. That's why I'm like, yeah, all of them were Loki. And then I didn't and then you repeated it and the show was like, fuck what you heard. This is what you hear.
Word. This is what you hear. Female Loki.
Shit. And since we're talking about Loki and female Loki, no one had a problem with this fucking female Loki until, you know,
Her name was Sylvie.
That's right. We even remember her fucking name. But no one had a problem with it. You know why? Because no one turned around and said this female Loki fucking hates men, and the actress is going around saying fuck men, and if she had it her way, all the men would be played by women, the director would be women, and we don't need men for shit. And that's what Star Wars did to us. That's what that stupid ass acolyte did. They turned around and said men ain't shit. And then the lead actor was a man. The person training this bitch was a man. It's like, yo, I don't know about you, but I don't want to go into a movie theater fighting a war that is imaginary in my real life. I don't want this shit. There's enough of this shit going around. It's like we're gonna go to a movie theater to watch a movie about them giving us COVID. We had it already. We don't need that shit. Sorry.
Give him another 5 years.
Sorry. And the fucked up thing is there are more women that disagree with y'all than there are of y'all who think that you are superior to us. But y'all motherfuckers got the mic.
Yo, I'm gonna put it this is my problem. Joking, I understood it as joking, right? Because I saw the actual interview, and again, my thing, context and nuance. I understood it as joking. But let's say they weren't joking. and this is the gayest Star Wars ever, and Star Wars is for the LGBTQ community. Cool. Then why'd your dumbasses make it that your space lesbian witches were super easy to kill? One person took them out.
Mild inconvenience.
One person took out all of them.
Would have thought.
And on top of that, a woman took out all your fucking lesbian space, super powerful lesbian space witches. I didn't write that. Men didn't write that. That was Leslie Headland. That was a female writer. That was probably a female director, if I look it up. That was a female actress. Had nothing to do with us. So if you're gonna tell us, and again, I understood it as joking, but let's go in the real world where everybody blew up about it thinking that they were saying it for real. If you were gonna tell us that, then fucking make it that. Same shit with we're gonna make a lawyer show with the green lady in it. Really? Because I don't think you can. Matter of fact, I'm willing to bet my fucking actual salary that you can't make a lawyer show with She-Hulk in it.
Yeah, apparently.
They could do it like Daredevil. Daredevil was like a lawyer show the first couple of episodes before he got pissed off.
No. We're not saying that it is impossible to make a show that is a lawyer show with She-Hulk in it. I'm saying that it is impossible for the fucking writers to have done it. And I'm saying that because not only did they tell us that, they showed us that.
Is She-Hulk a comic book character?
Huh?
Yes. Yes.
Wait, is She-Hulk a comic book character?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, she's based on real life.
No. I thought she might have been like Moon Knight, like not really a part of the actual story, just something we created.
No, all the characters that Disney makes TV shows about are actual comic book characters in the Marvel universe. Now, they're not as known like Moon Knight, but She-Hulk is a huge character in Marvel. The problem with her is that they couldn't do nothing with her solo. So all of her claims to fame are with a group.
Well, she got more notoriety and became more popular when she joined the Fantastic Four and took over for the Thing. Because she was given better storylines and more time to shine as a character without any, bullshit around it. But your point still stands because she needed to be propped up by the rest of the team.
So I'm confused. What was it y'all was saying about Moon Knight? Like y'all made it seem like it wasn't incorporated in anything, like it was standalone.
No, because that show was standalone.
Yeah,
and didn't connect to anything else yet.
Yeah, not the character, just the show.
That's my misunderstanding. I thought it was the show and the character.
No, because the character is a part of the Midnight Suns, which Blade would have been the leader of, and that everybody was thinking that they were going to until they figured out that the black man that kills vampires is impossible. Like,
I'm just noticing. Show, are you about to fucking drive into Daytona 500?
The 499.
Tomorrow, brother. I might join.
Dude, you look like
I got the patches.
Yeah, you look like a NASCAR driver.
That is the NASCAR, UPS jacket.
Yeah. Too bad I'm not as fast as I used to be.
Yo, the only difference between you and a NASCAR driver is this.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some black drivers.
Dude, now I gotta look it up because the last time the last one I saw was almost as light as I am.
Ain't there like 2 women now in there?
You was talking to me.
I was talking to anybody. I hope that I said that out
got
loud.
no fucking clue.
No, my bad. I didn't hear your question. I was
I said,
registering it.
don't they got like 2 women there now? And
I
that's
don't
what
know, because I know Danica Patrick she's left.
yeah, I'm saying they had her, and wasn't there another woman or something?
This is the current dude.
Oh, Russell
That's the
Wilson.
current black guy.
Yo, tell
He's your
me
quarterback.
he's not. If you didn't know that we were talking about African American NASCAR drivers, tell me he either doesn't look Arab, maybe Italian, like from Sicily, or
England.
fucking Dominican, or like something else.
Yeah,
He looks English to me.
he got that smug look on his face.
Yeah, that England. Listen, mate.
Oh,
I was driving hard.
I woke up at 4 o'clock
Dude,
today,
this-
so that fuck over
This
today.
is the current third black dude in NASCAR.
Is that the one that won
Oh,
the tournament?
I have no fucking clue.
Because I saw that movie and I
That
was
guy's
still
dead.
like, I don't know,
It's
Formula One.
Raja Caruth.
I was gonna say that guy's either French or something, bro. He don't look black. Like you don't got no real black people. Yeah,
He's from
driving with a head out the window.
Yo, it's funny.
Ah,
It's funny because Joe's definition of black people is ghetto. He's like,
Come
he
on,
speaks
baby.
proper, he ain't black.
word.
My man was like,
He's some real black guys.
Lionel Richie ain't been black since the Commodore.
Damn, so caught on to that.
Quick.
Oh shit, my
Quick.
bad. I'm used to black people being ghetto.
Shit.
Hey, here you go. Oh, so now I've been proven wrong. See, this is the mark of somebody, with no ego. They're able to be told that that they're wrong. That apparently this is the first African American female driver in the.
Wow, I'd have thought she was Asian.
Yeah.
So we
From my
let me put it
perspective,
a
she
little
looked all right. There you go. My perspective, she looked Asian, but now I see it.
So apparently everybody's now.
That's it,
Now,
they're
now,
all inclusive.
now let's see the rare white person driving in NASCAR.
You're right, shit. But yeah, so like we were saying with the Kingpin, it ends with Daredevil having Muse killed inadvertently because his girl killed him, and then Kingpin having this guy killed inadvertently.
Yo, again, I used the word earlier, the dichotomy. The fact that Daredevil probably wants to catch this dude and put him through the process because he doesn't want to kill again. He doesn't want to get to that place. Right? Juxtaposed to the fact that his girl, in a life-defending, life-saving act, pulled the trigger and took him out. Now has to be the one to console her and be like, you did the right thing, even though I wouldn't have done that thing, because that thing is the wrong thing, but when you do it, it's right.
You know what it is? It's that whole karate shit, or like Con Air. Because you was trained, you're a deadly weapon, and you kill these people. Now you go to jail. But since she's not trained and she's defending herself, she killed this person outside.
Yo, my uncle's always said to carry a pen around, because in a fist fight, a street fight, it can be used as a weapon of some sort.
Right in the eye.
And I've always thought that same thing. It's like, yeah. Until John Wick comes out, and now everybody's killing with a fucking pencil, and now I look like Jeffrey Dahmer. I was just out here, or what Abdullah the Butcher, just running down, stabbing motherfuckers in the head with a pen.
I mean, well, the new Abdullah the Butcher is John Moxley, according to the show.
That motherfucker.
That is correct.
So, and then now the Kingpin is running off of no more vigilantes. And then Daredevil did his job for him and got mused off the street. And the first thing he did is, well, maybe these fucking people are blind. You got up here, you ended it, and you saved the woman. Daredevil was nowhere to be seen.
Yo,
He's back.
it's funny the look on that cop's face when he was like, "Wait, you want us to take the credit for this?"
You're right. It's like, oh, now you want to be a clean cop? Now y'all want to do this shit by the book? Who do you think is talking to you? Like, why do you think he put a bunch of y'all motherfucking badass apples in a group together? It's not to go to fucking Boys and Girls Club and be Big Brother and shit. It's because you got a certain set of skills that he's fucking trying to tell everybody, don't fuck with me.
I need y'all to read a book to the
wait.
kids.
Because you remember, Homeboy threatened Ben Urich or whatever, BB Urich.
Yeah.
I can't wait for her to turn around and be like, "Yo, the mayor's lying to you. These fucking idiot cops didn't even get through the door before fucking 3 shots rang out. Daredevil came in there, beat the shit out of him. Somebody else took him out, and now these guys are getting fucking shiny medals and shit."
Here's the thing, though. BB Riddick fucking shows up missing. Ain't nobody gonna give a shit. Like, oh, this reporter showed up missing one day, and Kingpin's be like, who? Oh, yes, I did her a favor, let her interview me. It was sad. Now, everyone gets free McDonald's for life.
Dude, if I gave a shit about the Scary Movie, I would have jumped into that "how did she turn up missing" skit. I would have jumped right into that bit. But I can't be bothered to remember what the fuck that bit is about.
I mean, shit, they woke up dead. But yeah, I mean that did they set up what was happening for this week or no?
Well, technically, yes, because we got to deal with the aftermath of what this encounter did to what. And forgive me, I don't know what her name is, the shrink.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up, but because she after what she's been through, her character deserves to be named.
and then do we I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say.
So was it set up?
Oh, and do we see the cop quit? The cop that works for Matt?
Probably. Heather Glenn. That's the character's name. So we gotta figure out what this has done to Heather, and now what this has also done to Matt, because now this is back-to-back weeks in which somebody he is either cares for in the case of Heather or feels responsible for in the case of young White Tiger, they've been caught and fucked with. Now what is that going to push him to do?
Now it's time to do the fucking back.
And not to sound anti-cop, because I'm not anti-cop at all. I actually like watching videos of cops doing cool shit. Like actually helping and actually caring. But in terms of this show, this dude who got the shit kicked out of him in the apartment by Matt, who White Tiger beat the shit out of.
Yeah.
It was super fucking hilarious to see him stumble upon Daredevil and be like, "Hey, you can't be out here," and Daredevil just fucking knocked him out with the billy club.
Whooping. Yeah.
It's like, that's what you get, you stupid ass.
What up, Kryllzzz? But yeah,
True,
so
true,
I
true.
mean, so tonight we're gonna watch the next episode. You said this is 2 more, right?
It should be. Should be 8 and 9.
So then this is the last episode before the last one. We're gonna be back
Or
next week.
the penultimate.
Yeah, we're gonna be back next week to discuss that episode and every other thing that's related to comics. Tomorrow we're gonna be talking about sports, which is mostly baseball now. All of a sudden, and we might get into some
And
argument.
the football.
I gotta. It's been a while since I baited Hutch into talking shit about LeBron and the Eagles. So be prepared for that shit. And then wrestling with knuckleheads dynasty. Boy, did we have some fucking conversations about that in the group chat. And then the Tone the Show will be on sometime this week, depending on when show can make it, or if they kidnap him or not. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out.